Okay, today you're going to be calculating fraction, decimal, percentage equivalences. I know you looked at this on Friday. Today we're going to be looking at a range of problem types. So to be successful, your understanding of percentages are other ways of representing fractions and decimals out of 100, as you looked at on Friday. You're going to use your knowledge of converting between fractions and decimals, and you're going to use your bar model to help you understand what the question is asking you to do. In task 1, there are a range of question types. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to look at the first one with you. The rest are fairly self-explanatory. So this is an example of the first type of question you're going to see. Oscar reads 34% of a book. Billy reads the next 46% of the book. What fraction of the book has not been read? So the first thing I need to do is underline the key information. So I'm not that fussed about who it is, but I am fussed about him reading 34% of the book. Someone else then reads the next 46%. And I'm finding what fraction has not been read. What fraction is the key part here. So I've got my answer all in percent, my question's all in percentage, but my answer is going to be a fraction. So I'm going to have to, at some point, probably convert between percentage and fraction. So now I'm going to put this problem into a bar model before I do any calculations. So if my bar model, the whole, is the whole book, and my question is in percentages, then I'm going to have my whole as being 100%. So Oscar reads 34, so let's now show 34%. There it is. Billy reads the next 46%. So there is 46%. And I want to find what fraction has not been read. So I'm trying to find this part here. Now I think the first thing I need to do here is to find out what that end bar is as a percentage, and then I can convert it into a fraction because it's asking me what fraction of the book has not been read. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add up the 34 and the 36 to get the whole of this area. Once I know the whole of that area, I can subtract it from my 100. So 34 and 36, oh that's a very dodgy 8, there we go, is 80. So if I subtract it from 100, I know quick mental maths is 20%. Now that I can't put in my answer box because it's not asking for 20%, it's asking what fraction. So I now need to convert 20% into a fraction. So let's have a look. To get from a percentage to a decimal, I divide it by 100 and remove the percentage sign. So 20% is 0.2. And then to get from the decimal to the fraction, if I have a decimal digit only in the tenths, and I'm going to put it over 10. So that must equal 2 tenths. Now in year 6, that wouldn't get me the mark because I need to simplify. I know I can divide the numerator and denominator both by 2 to get me 1/5. So the fraction of the book that's not been read is 1/5. Okay, let's have a look at another one slightly differently. The children in class 6 are voting for a class captain. Nothing in there is very important to me at the moment. Marcus gets 0.21 of the votes. Eve gets 1/5 of the votes. And Zach gets the rest. What percentage of the votes did Zach get? So here in my question I've got a decimal, I've got a fraction, but my answer is going to be a percentage, so I might have to convert between all of them in this time. So because my answer is a percentage, and I personally find it slightly easier to work in percentages, they're more friendly to say, I'm going to put my whole, the whole number of votes as 100%, that is the whole. Marcus gets 0.21, and in a moment I think I'm going to convert that into a percentage because it is asking me for a percentage answer. Eve gets 1/5, and again I'm going to convert that in a moment. And Zach gets the rest, so Zach gets this bar that is remaining. And I, hopefully once I've converted the other two in percentages, can figure out what that is. So first of all, 0.21. Let's have a look at going from a decimal to a percentage. So on my help sheet on the right, I multiply by 100 and add the percent sign. So 0.21 must be 21%. 21%. 1/5 then, slightly harder then. So I need to divide the numerator by the denominator. So I have 1 divided by 5. You can use the bus stop method just like you did last week to do that. I know from doing these questions so many times that is 0.2. And on the question we just did back here, 0.2 is the same as 1/5. Once I have it into a decimal, now I can multiply by 100 and add the percentage sign. So 1/5 must be 20%. Again, we did that in the last question. So in order to get the remainder now, I need to add up the two I know, which will get me the whole of that. And then I'm going to subtract that from my whole, my 100%. So 21 add 20 is 41%. Subtract that from the whole, gives me 59%. What percentage of the votes does that get? He gets 59. It looks like he was the winner. Your tasks, as I've already explained, is to complete the various question types. I've gone through the more worded ones for you. After that, task 2 is I want you to use the wording of these questions to generate an extension for a partner and email it back to me and I will shoot it off to someone else, or a parent to complete if your parents want to have a go at home. So think about the complexity of the decimals, fractions and percentages you're going to use. The ones I just modelled were very simple. Think about the numbers you could, or digits you could use within them. Will they need diagrams to support them? Are you going to ask them to represent it the bar model? And how can you make a question more complex? So mine was very simple. You could have more people in the votes or more people reading the books, things like this. Okay? You could have 2 books. 2 books would be 2 wholes, that would make 200%, just another idea. And then at the end, a plenary to test your knowledge. As normal, all answers are at the bottom.